when I went to the BBC, I got asked to photograph 5 people for their profiling online. And they said, how much do you charge? And I said, well, it's only going to take me like 5 minutes. They just want one shot, 5 each. I'll charge them 50 quid each. They can afford 50 quid each. So it was like £250. So they literally bit my hand off. And, I took the photographs and then I gave it to them. And they were really excited and really happy with the pictures that I did. And they said to me, next time, charge us a little bit more. And that was a little bit like just a confirmation to me. So like the next time that I went to them, I charged them £1,000 for one picture. So that's how I started getting my confidence up a little bit. But all of these different steps I kind of hadn't planned. And lots of people were saying to me, I do this and I do that. And there were so many different people doing lots of different various things. And there's a guy called Anthony Sawyer who approached me and said, would you help us to set up this network? It's called the African Caribbean Business Network. And they were massive in London, and the research that they had recently done meant that the black businesses were contributing $6 billion to the London economy. And they needed to find out what was happening in the Northwest. So again, I'd stumbled into that. And I was running that. And my sister came back from university and she was like, Miselo, you're a photographer. You're doing all this community stuff. What's happened to your photography? And she was like, you should be running your own business by now. And I was like, well, I haven't really got like a proper camera. And she was like, let's go to the shop. So I went to the shop and we managed to get absolutely everything that I needed. Backdrops, lights, cameras, lenses, everything for £78 a month. And I literally was like, I don't even understand. And it's all 100% tax deductible. And I'd had that equipment for like 3 years and they said, well, you've used it now, keep it. So I had all of this equipment that I just had for that small amount of money that was a lease. Anyway, so I got the equipment and I was like, well, I don't have a studio. So she said, let's go and find one. So we found one. I was like, I haven't got any staff. And she's like, well, I'll do reception and I'll do the airbrushing. You take the photos and I'll get my friend to do the makeup. And I was like, oh, okay. So we got this studio and it was crazy because I didn't really have any money I just didn't have any money and I literally blagged my way through. So for the launch of Silk Photography, I went to the Hilton Hotel and I was like, look, we're going to televise this thing. So we're going to do a competition. So we did a competition and there was a company called, I can't remember. It's an online company. They do online marketing. I remember it. Manchester Confidential. Have you heard of Manchester Confidential? Yeah, so they really loved my photographs and wanted to put something on their thing. And so they advertised my iconic competition and the winners were going to get a free makeover and a photo shoot. And we managed to blag 200 bags of makeup from Yves Saint Laurent. We managed to get the Hilton Hotel to give us a night's stay. There used to be a place called the Cotton Club and they gave us a champagne dinner for 2. And we also got a limousine company as well. So it was a really special prize for the winner. But I'd done all of that without any money. I literally had gone, look, it's going to be so exciting. So enthusiasm is like really, really infectious. And being good at what you do as well is also very, very important. But I just wanted to leave you with these final thoughts. So whenever I've gone into doing something, I go by how I'm feeling and my instincts. And so if something feels good or something's a little bit like this, I always go with my instinct. So if it feels like something, then I jump on it. I don't dwell too much on it, but I'd really follow my instincts. And opportunities are there everywhere. So I never thought that I'd be photographing celebrities from being associated with someone in my church who was, doing other things. And then also, I'd like to say, choose the people who you surround yourself by really wisely, because my mum's got this saying, and she always says, lie down with the dog, you wake up with fleas. And so it's just whoever you're around. So if you want to go somewhere and you want to go forward, just make sure that you've got like-minded people around you, people who are going to inspire you, not people who are trying to compete with you or try to bring you down or, distract you from your actual thing. People who are going to question you and say, have you finished your assignment? I know that you're out here clubbing it. Did you finish have you finished your notes this week for your dissertation? And just make sure that you've got friends around you who will push you forward. And so community for me is everything. And also doing your best. So if you're a cleaner, be the best cleaner that you can possibly be. If you're an economist, be the best economist that you can be. Like, always just try your best, not for anybody else, but just for yourself, so you can feel that self-satisfaction. And Paul always talks about success, and he always says, chase success because everything else will come. Because once you're successful, people want to be surrounded by success. Money follows success. And so do what you can to the best of your ability. Don't do your dissertation. Don't do your assignments at the last minute. Plan it. Know what you're doing. How I wrote my dissertation, I used to have books and I'd photograph the page that really inspired me. And I'd just highlight that thing and I'd just put it into a folder. So by the time it came to writing my dissertation, I'd photocopied hundreds of pages of stuff that I really liked with the bibliography and all the rest of it. And so that was that. My last 2 points that I wanted to say is that when you're with someone or when you're part of a community, try and make sure that you're fully present. Really make eye contact and actually really listen to what somebody's saying or really be engaged in what activity it is. Because people don't ever remember what you said or what you did, but they always remember how you made them feel. And so if you're fully present in the moment, you'll develop really meaningful relationships with people. And my last point is that when you're ambitious and you've got really, really big dreams, like Sam, I'm so inspired by Sam. If you've got really, really big dreams, there's a saying, I've seen it loads of times on the internet, but it's just so true. And it says, if you want to go fast, then go alone. Because we can. If you've got people hanging on to you and all of this stuff, you don't necessarily get to where you want to be. But if you want to go further, then you go together. It does take longer, but you can't. It's really important. And so think about your goals and think about your aspirations of where you want to be, and just remember that if you want to go faster to get to where you're going, then you do go alone. If you want to go further, then go together. So that's fine.